Okay, I am here with,
Tirzah.
and you guys had a very good season this season and made an appearance to March Madness. Can you share how that experience was for you?
I would say it has been an interesting experience. We started all the way back in June with summer workouts and just getting to know our new players and stuff like that. We only had a couple seniors graduate, so it wasn't an entirely new team. So it was a little bit easier as compared to that first summer when I was coming in and I had to meet all new teammates. I didn't really know anybody that personally on this team, so it was easier this year just to get straight to work. And then we had our summer trip, and I think that helped prepare us a little bit better to start our season. But I think we had a good season overall. We started out our conference really well. We didn't get any losses until we played against number one ranked Texas, who's still in the tournament right now. So I think we started out with some good competition, and I think that led us into a good place at the end of our season.
Okay. What do you think were some of your strengths as a team and individually that helped you guys get to the success that you had this year?
I think as a team, everybody just knew what parts needed to be played in order for us to get where we needed to go. And I think we had a couple of losses that impacted our team in a way that made certain ones of us realize what we would need to do in order to make a run in the tournament. And I think individually, just making sure that I maintained a level of leadership as a senior on and off the court, and then also just continuing to work on my skills as a forward, learning how to score around the rim in limited space, trying to capitalize on the opportunities that I would get when I would get them, and trying to make the most of the time that I was getting.
So when you mentioned leadership, what were what would you say were some things you felt you had to step up and do for the team to be a leader?
I think more so with how I am and just my personality. I think I like leading by example more than anything else. I think we had a lot of different personalities on our team, so you got to learn and kind of know how to talk to people in different ways so that they're able to receive it. But I think what I focused on more so myself and being in the situation I was in and having have been here for a year and kind of established who I am, just making sure that whatever I was doing on the court, that I wasn't bringing the team down, that I was taking care of my job, whether it was protecting the rim, getting rebounds, encouraging my teammates, whatever it needed to be, so that we could have a healthy environment and maintain continuity on our team.
Okay, so with you being a leader and you guys making it to March Madness, what areas or what would you say was the most important pieces to really keeping the team together within the tournament itself, as far as the rounds you guys have made and things like that?
Yeah, I think after last year, honestly, and playing against Iowa, who was one of the highest ranked, and they made it to the Final Four, and then they were in the championship game, and having that be our second round game of the tournament, I think that gave us a unique perspective. We knew coming into this year and into the tournament that it was a big opportunity, but honestly, it wasn't as big of a playing field as it was last year. Like, it wasn't. I say it wasn't as much risk. It was, because if you lose, you go home, but it didn't feel like that just because they didn't have the potential, and then who ended up being the number one draft pick on their team, and then knowing how big of a powerhouse that team was supposed to be. So I think this year, I think we all were pretty confident going into it, just because we knew the skill sets that we had on our team and what we could do. I honestly think the matchups that we had were pretty good. We matched up well with both the teams that we played against, and I think that gave us a lot of confidence on our team. And I think as a leader, speaking into that and trying to eliminate any type of doubt and giving reassurance, I think was really big for us. I think this year, going into the tournament, we played another Ivy League school as our first round game. So we had already done that last year against Princeton and won. So I think just some of the things that we learned this year was a reflection of our experience from last year. And I think that that was probably the biggest thing for us going into this year's tournament was that we had a year under our belt. We knew what to expect in a tournament environment, not being on a home field, being on a neutral, if not enemy playing ground, that we would have to go in there and be locked in and play as a team, as 5 players on the court, but being ready coming off the bench, and then also making adjustments as problems and issues would come. But I think overall, I think we had a pretty good year. It didn't end the way we wanted it to, but I mean, you can't. It's not going to be perfect, but I think it was a good opportunity and it was a good experience for sure.
So many people who know you know that you have a lot of siblings and you also have a twin sister. How, with both of you guys making it to March Madness, what was that like for you?
I think it was really special for both of us, obviously, but for me personally, after playing my first 2 years of college with her, and I mean, obviously, growing up, we always played on the same teams. We got to see each other. I mean, I don't think that there was probably 10 workouts, like being honest, that both of us weren't at together because we would do absolutely everything. We were roommates. We had the same car, so we was going everywhere together. Like that was my homie. So I think it was really special getting to see it was like a reward for all the hard work that had taken to get to this point. And our first 2 years, it was kind of difficult for both of us to get to play. Our coaches, there's a lot of politics in college sports. But our situation, we both played the same position. I was able to do a little bit more just because of my asthma. We have pretty extreme asthma problems, and that was affecting her a lot actually. So she didn't get to play as much, and I knew what she could do because I played with her ever since we were 4 years old in my dad's little AAU team. So I mean, I've gotten to see her play for so long, and knowing her ability, but knowing that there were things that really we couldn't help that were holding us back from being able to fully display that together on the same court was tough. So getting to see her play in the tournament and her winning tournament MVP after they won their conference game against a team that was the number 1 ranked in their conference and they were number 3 was really cool. And just getting to see her get rewarded for all the hard work and hustle and keeping her head down and still grinding out was really good for me. So it was really special, and I think getting to have her come to that last game against North Carolina was really special for me too.
Is there anything that you would like to share with other athletes or to your other siblings that you think is important to really focus on in those kind of moments?
Um, I think just living in the moment because it's hard. Seasons are long. You can't predict or control half the time what's gonna happen. So just living in the moment and enjoying the process because I mean things don't stay bad forever and things won't always be good for forever. But just learning how to roll with those punches and being ready for what's next, but also enjoying the journey because now that I'm done and looking back, it's like it was hard, but I don't think I would trade it just because of the lessons that I've learned. So I think enjoying the moment, enjoy hanging out with your teammates, going out and getting something to eat, going and competing on the court, wherever it is, finding joy in what you're doing so that you can enjoy looking back on those memories instead of sitting there with regrets whenever you get later on down the road. I think that was something that I focused on going into the year too. No matter what was going to happen, I was going to make sure if I didn't enjoy my time on the court, off the court, I was going to be having fun. If I was loving it on the court, I wanted to make sure that I maintained that mentality. So I think enjoying and being where your feet are.
Thank you, Tirzah.
Yes, ma'am.